Hi, welcome to Gabbing. I recorded this video earlier today. I had all kinds of trouble with trying to export it. I even tried using a different editing software. And when it's got a thing in that software to where you can upload it to YouTube, but then when I tried that, it said that that file wasn't supported by YouTube. And then somehow or another, I tried to go back to my old one I was using, and somewhere along the line, my sound was gone out of the video. So, I'm trying again. If there's a little extra noise, I apologize. Pawpaw's a little bit hard of hearing. Whoops. Don't want to say what that was, but I'll show you in a minute. Papa's a little hard of hearing, so he's got his TV up loud. I hope you don't hear it, but I'm sorry if you do. I need to get this made. I probably don't have all the objects that I was going to show you, because after I made the video, I put them up, and I had to drag them back out, and I hope I got them all. Bit of administration stuff. I've had 2 channels in my recommended channels. Although they didn't teach me to crochet, because I've been doing that since I was 16 years old, many years, but they teach well when they are doing the tutorials, and they are the 2 that I both go to. If there's something I want to make, I look up for them first for their videos, and I recommend them to people that aren't on YouTube, people I've met for years and years. So I've got those 2. But here lately I've been making a lot of amigurumi and talking to people about amigurumi, and there's a person I did learn amigurumi from, so I put her as one of my featured channels as well. So if you want to learn amigurumi, go check her out at Sharon Ohala. I don't think I've got anything on hand that I made, because I made a bunch of her wee bits. I even made up my own animals. She's got several different ones, but I changed years and stuff, and because I had someone request a Chihuahua, one of my friends, so I made a Chihuahua for her, and the other ones I donated. And I also put a featured channel as my favorite vocal band, Home Free. I can't say enough about them. I love them to pieces, so I thought I'd go ahead and share that with you, just in case you were curious. So that's all I can think of. So on to the good stuff. I showed you bits and bobs, but I put it together of my little one. Oh goodness, I didn't notice that before. Messing around with him, I got him a hole big enough. Yeah, you can still see that. You can't see it in person, but you can online. I'll have to do something about that. Is it like a belly button? But Ella of No Catchy Name did it and works great, so I did it too. And when I put on the head, it was a bit floppy, so I made him a little scarf to hold his head up. And then, even though I said I was going to try to work through my blanket yard, I love that pattern so much. And the first person I was to see it from is, I keep forgetting, but I'll try to remember. Angelia, I believe is her name, from Crocheting House Mouse. And the reason I have such a hard time remembering her name isn't just because I have hard times remembering names. I've known so many people because Dad was in the military, and we moved every couple of years, so I've had to remember so many names. There's no more room. But the reason why, because I should have it by now, but the reason why I have a hard time with hers is because way back when you had AOL chat rooms, I had a group of friends on there, and one of them was Happy House Mouse. and her name, the Crafty House Mouse, reminds me of that. So I keep on wanting to call her Happy House Mouse instead of Crafty House Mouse or Crocheting House Mouse. Or I can't remember again. I'm sorry, Angelia. I do enjoy you. But anyway, she was the first one I saw doing it. And after doing that pattern, Papa had another job for me and offered to buy me some yarn. So I decided to get some blanket yarn. I need her. Isn't she the cutest thing? Now I'm having the same trouble with this one. The head's just floppy. Just, oh, it went away. Sorry about that. It came back with a vengeance. I'm not even going to try editing this. I'm going to try directly putting it up on Facebook because I haven't had any luck tonight. But I love this bunny. And just look at that head. I love that head shape. I can imagine putting different ears, like putting big old round ears, and that'd be such a cute little mouse. But I love this. And this is pink. That's pink and gray and black. Well, there's no black. It's just light gray and dark gray. It's almost brown, brownish purple. It's somewhere between a purple and a gray. But anyway, I love this to death, and it just makes me happy. And I got some. I bought two balls of it. I bought this one, and then I bought one for a boy bunny. It's black and gray and white. I'm gonna make another one, but not right now. I'm gonna put off what I want to make, more bunnies I want to make, because a Crocheting Hoovian and Pin Hook and Needles host a make along called Tortoise versus Hare. So I posted this. I tagged Laura Concert, which is the Crocheting Hoovian. I tagged her on Instagram with this. Oh, her eyes. She had all the angry faces because I put Bunny's drool and Tortoise's drool. Or Turtle's drool, I think is what I put. And she just got all upset. She says, well, at least it's not counted in the contest because it's a contest. Talia and Laura have a little rivalry going between the tortoise and the hare. But anyway, sorry, Laura. I'm going to make another one of these and enter them in. And then the Fiber Spider has put out a bunny pattern. And I've got an idea for that one that I'm looking forward to doing. And I want to cast that on so bad. Well, hook it up so bad. But I'm waiting. I'm coming for you, Laura. Hares won last year. We're going to try to win again. Oh, put that up. And then I've got an unofficial make along going on with, well, it's unofficial because there's another YouTuber who's making the same thing. So she doesn't know she's doing a make along with me, but she is. And it's Stitching Ain't Easy. Ashley, she's making a bunch of gnomes I told her about windingroadcrochet.com. Has a bunch of cute gnomes, and so she's going to use some of those patterns too. But my make along, even though it may just be me, I plan on making a bunch of gnomes, and I'm calling it Gnome for the Holidays, because there's a bunch of holiday gnomes up there. I did do I still have it out? Yes, I do. I already showed them to you. But this is St. Patrick's Day. He's got that little clover on the side, but that's the St. Patrick's Day for March. I'll have him out every year. And then come around April when it's bunny season. There you go. I'm still working on my lighting. I'm having the hardest time with it. But this is that Red Heart Metallic Sparkle yarn. And this in his beard is some white sparkle yarn I had from years ago. I ran out of this, so his feet had to be the same color as his hat. I just thought that was the most adorable thing with the ears. Laura, I might make another one for tortoise versus hare, because my daughter-in-law, she likes gnomes too. Anyway, we'll put that up. I spent most of my time on the bunnies, and I spent a few days just struggling over a blanket. I put a new list for that, but so I'm not really going to go into that here. Oh, I'm sorry, my nose is running. Oh, let's get on to the hats. I told a while back, I think I showed the yarn I got. As quick as I got home, I may not have showed it, because quick as I got home, I had to cast it on. It's a big twist yarn from Joann's. Fun Brights is the colorway. That's showing up better than my last video. It looks like Skittles. I love this colorway. It just makes me so happy. And it's soft. Somebody's really going to enjoy this. In fact, if I'm able to get more of this stuff, most of it's going to go toward hats. And I'm going to send them to Levine's Children's Hospital, because you know, being in the hospital, it's awful cold, and especially if you're a child battling cancer, you get real cold battling cancer and taking chemo and stuff. And it's nice to have some, if you lost your hair, it's nice to have something soft on your head. So this is going to have partners at some date in the future. I had made, that's the other thing. I know I saw it. Jayda Institches. I did her, that's the latest square right there, the offset shell. And I showed you these two. I'd made hats out of those, but I didn't have enough left to make hats out of this gray. So I pulled out some blue, thinking I was going to put that in there. And I saved a little bit of it, hoping this is enough to make the blanket with. But I went ahead and made a few hats with it. There's two just like this. Oh, this color's so much better than it was the last video I made. Maybe that's why I needed to make another one. And then I decided to start making preemie hats again. Now this is large compared to the preemie hats I normally make. I normally make really, really small ones. Because there's preemies whose heads are the size of an egg. So I want to start doing that again. And when I've got these great big 2-gallon sandwich baggies from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to get one of those full, and I'm going to stick an index card in it with the date and seal them, because they should be safe after 7 weeks. So hopefully they'll be accepting hats again, especially something like that that's been sealed up and not messed with. And then I'd cast on, I told you about it because it was my car knit and I didn't have it to show you. It's the Spring Ahead beanie. Well, the instructions didn't specify you were supposed to knit 6 inches. Up, I dropped a stitch. I'm going to have to go back in there and pick that up. Anyway, it didn't specify where you're supposed to measure those 6 inches from. And I measured them from the bottom, and I should have measured them from the top of the round. But there's that. It's a nice little pattern, but it's so different from what I'm used to. I kept messing up and had to think back and redo it. When it's short, it'll go for a kid instead of a grown-up. After I fix it, let me turn it inside out and put a stitch marker on it so I don't lose the stitch. I'll have to go back in and sew it in. Sorry about that. Okay. I think that's all the finished objects that I was able to find and pull back out to show you. I've only got 2 whips at the moment. The one is the blanket. I made this is all I'm showing you. I made a bunch of these of colors that I know I'm going to use, and then I wasn't going to show you, but I just have to, because I finished one of the squares. That's going to have a border on it because I'm using the join as you go method after I put the border on. It just makes me so happy. If you don't know, I love bunnies. I just love them. My birth year is sign of the rabbit, so I love me some bunnies. Here. Can't see its nose. It's a pink nose. There you go. That's a little bit. You can see a little bit better there. Isn't that the most? It just makes me so happy, because when I thought of Skittles and Easter with this background, and I couldn't sew the ears fully down because it doesn't have the border on it yet. But that's so cute. I just love this. I'm in love with almost all the bunnies. Just fuzzy butts, just now, not on people. I don't care for fuzzy butts on people, but on bunnies, I love them. But I'm not going to show those again until I get them stitched together. But, that's so much fun. That's so happy. And no, I'm not going to tell you that. That's something else I put in that other video. And I did make a mistake. It wasn't Yarn Joy. It was Pamela's Adoring Crochet. I've almost got my bingo card filled up. You can't see what they are, but you can see I've only got a few. I've got to create something for the kitchen not made of cotton, and I'm going to do those Pamela's Adoring Crochet dish towels. I did a bunch of those for my kids for Christmas, but I've got some. I'm going to do at least one set this month. I still got time. And create something with shamrocks. I'm not too sure about that because today's St. Patrick's Day. And I made shamrocks last. I might make one to put on my blanket. I do not know, because I've got to bring back around. But I might make a couple to put on my blanket, one of my squares. I haven't made a towel or a dishcloth yet, but I can. And to make something with a new stitch, I do have that. It's right here in my lap, and I'm looking all over for it. Marlisha, also known as Lady Furnico with the Pin, Hook, and Needles podcast, she gifted me a pattern. Now, all this time, they've been making shawls out of this stitch pattern, and I could have swore they said Sarah Belle, but when I looked on the paper, it looked to me like it's Surrey Belle. It's a real pretty little old pattern. It's very much like, if you look up the blanket stitch, it's made very much like that, with the exception that there's a chain 2 in the middle of the pattern, and that gives you these cute little holes, makes it look lacy. It's not as thick, and then you get these little bumps on the side, which is a pretty little decorative thing. The only reason this pattern is hard for me is because it is so much like the blanket stitch. And after I learned the blanket stitch, and then I started making a bunch of other stuff, and the girls at Sewing Seeds were making a stitch that was similar, only it's more like the lemon peel stitch, only instead of going every other one, you're putting both of them in the same stitch. So I had to go back and try to do the blanket stitch. Only I didn't remember I remembered part of it, but not exactly the stitch count and how you put it in. So what made sense to my mind, which is a little bit backwards at times, is instead of having it lean one way, I've got it leaning the other. So lean like that, and I lean it like that. It makes more sense to my mind, and I can even out my edges with it. I've got pretty even edges with it. Wait, it's backwards just like the original blanket stitch. Plus, those two stitches, it's a couple of chains. It makes all the difference in the world. My mind, I just keep wanting to go to my default method. I'm put my chair so it don't lean back real bad. I have to lean back because of injuries in my back. It just, excuse me, it's more comfortable to lean back. Which reminds me, I don't know why it reminded me, but I promised somebody I was in a live stream with that I'd give them a shout out. I know I don't have awful many subscribers, but every little bit does count. You all might know her already. It's Auntie Mama's Kitchen. She live streams about every day around 5 o'clock in the morning. If you happen to be up at that time, you gotta try to catch that live stream. If you don't know her, oh, you're missing out. You are missing out. Even if you can't catch the live stream, try to catch her. Just watch one of her live streams. It's more fun to be in it. She pretty much acknowledges everybody. If you come in and she hasn't seen you before, she'll ask you if you're new. And then if you are new, she'll write your name down and she'll give you a little song, a little dance. I about wet myself laughing the first time I saw it. It just tickles me to no end. And I love it when somebody new comes in so I can hear that song again and see that little dance. She is so entertaining. Plus, she's almost a neighbor. She lives in Charlotte, which is very close to where I live. I'm from North Carolina as well. And she just hit 1,000 subs. So I congratulate, I was about to call her Mama. But it's Auntie Mama. Auntie. I give you big congratulations. I hope at least one or two people will see this and come over and give you a subscribe, so you'll have a little bit of cushion, so you can keep it up there. She's well worth the watch, especially if you've had a bad day and you just want to see something that's fun and lighthearted. Go check her out. Now I actually didn't have to think a lot. I had it all planned out and got everything said I wanted to say and didn't have to a lot. Now I'm having to think to see if there's anything that I've forgotten. I don't think there is. I'm looking forward to getting that book because I'm needing ideas. And I'm not supposed to talk about that here, but it's something I'm excited about, that blanket. I may end up quit showing over there, and unless I'm showing how I'm coming up with the new squares I'm going to use. And I will probably make her brother one too. Now that's something I was won't talk about, is I've decided that since I don't want to mention my grandchildren by name to protect their privacy, I've decided the daughter that has 5 children, that's the wolf pack. And I decided on that name because you take food in that house, they're going to descend on you like a pack of a pack of hungry wolves. And they're going to gobble that food up. So that's the 5 is the wolf pack. And And then the other two, it's my oldest daughter's grandchildren. So those are the Gigi's. Gigi 1 and Gigi 2. Because they're my grandchildren. Gigi. And then I have another one's, but I forgot the name I was going to call them. I had a real cute one picked out. It's my oldest stepson's 2.5 sons. I say a half son because one of them is his ex-wife's child by another marriage. But I treat him like he's one of my grandkids. I love him to pieces and have watched him several times. She needed the help being a single mom, so I watched him for. I called him my hero. I had something they were a bunch or a gang or something. Three Musketeers. That might be what I call them. Three Musketeers. One of the Three Musketeers. I don't know. We'll wait and see. It's always a possibility. I made a few changes in the yarn room. I wanted to put all the blanket. I've got a tote sitting right here beside my desk, and I wanted to put all the yarn that I'm going to be using to make the blanket, because I'm going to need a bunch of different colors and stuff. So I'm putting all that yarn right here in this tote, and I had some different yarn in there. So I moved things around, and I've got all the yarn that was in the tote right there. And I moved a few more things around, and I'm going to move some more stuff because my gnomes are going to, there's where I had the one gnome, but my gnomes are going to live right there. I think my bunny's going to live, nope, it's over here. You can't see where she's going to live. They're going to live over there. But I may move things around a little bit. I probably will eventually move that snowman right there, and the bunnies might hang out there. I don't know. We'll wait and see. I just have to do a little bit at a time as I am able and as I'm in the mood. But I'm having fun. I'm all kinds of inspired. Got my creative juices flowing now. I had a hard time at first, but oh, I got it going now. Oh, my granddaughter I'd made earrings for, and she'd left one here. Well, that's irresponsible, and I'm not going to give it back to her. I'm going to take it apart, and I'm going to make a stitch marker out of it. See? Little panda. I'm going to make a stitch marker. Just going to take the earring back, because I've got some levers coming in. The earring levers, because those make good stitch markers. So I'm gonna make a stitch marker out of that. And I've got some more stitch markers somewhere. I don't know where they are. I'd made them myself. Take one more look at this. Well, that's one square I'm not going to get. Is it says make something for your patio. I don't have a patio. So I have absolutely no idea what to do with that one. Now that, I just got an idea. Again, Jayda Institches. She's got a frisbee pattern. It's just a little disc made of cotton. I might make one of those because grandkids would enjoy it. And that could be my patio item because my patio is the backyard. Oh, goodness. Alright, well, I think that's it. Thank you for bearing with me and putting up with me, and that's something I forgot, is I appreciate you. You've just overwhelmed me here the past couple weeks with all the subscribers coming in, and as I'm getting around and getting to know people. I'm enjoying it so much, and I just hope that you guys enjoy me half as much as I enjoy you. I had no idea how much comments meant to the channel creators. You guys have just been giving me so much love, and since I don't have my granny gang anymore, the real life one, you guys mean doubly. I gotta stop getting all tore up on videos. You guys are gonna think I'm a weepy woman, and I'm not. I'm a very strong woman. I've been through some stuff. I don't want to share it, but I've been through some stuff. I may get into it at some point in the future, but not right yet. I want you to get to know me as I am a little bit before I go into all that. Lord's been good to me. He's brought me through. I love you. If you ever need somebody that is a good listener, because I listen a whole lot better than what I talk, my email's down below. Shoot me something. You can talk to me about anything. I won't judge you. I just love you anyway. My wish is that you have a wonderful day, that you stay safe, and that you show each other the love that the Lord gave you. Because He's good. All the time. All the time. He is good. You guys take care of yourselves. You stay safe out there. Bye-bye.